Manic Bestia.
Hiya, Manic Bestia here. According to my pocket watch, it's already October, so you know what that means.
It's spooky time.
I thought I'd celebrate by talking about two classic Tim Burton movies, because, you know, he's also a big fan of the holiday season. I normally talk about spooky kids films on this channel, so this will be my first time talking about a 15 rated flick. I also normally don't talk about superheroes, at all. I never read comic books. Superman, Spider-Man, no interest. I used to love The Incredibles as a kid, but I just never really cared for live-action superhero films. They usually make my eyes glaze over and my face start melting. So you know this is real shit when I say the first cinematic adaptations of Batman are some of my new favourite films. Despite my innate aversion to superheroes, I've always loved the world of Gotham City for as long as I can remember. I think Batman can appeal to all generations. When I was a child, I would enjoy the Adam West show. As an older kid, I would play the Lego games, which had some great humour, voice acting and music. And now as an adult, I love the atmospheric and darker side of the Gotham universe, depicted in things like the animated series and the early films of the 90s. So let's take a closer look at Tim Burton's vision of Batman. As soon as the movie opens, you're hit with that, yeah boy! Danny Elfman. What the fuck, man? How is anyone supposed to compete with a score this perfect? I think it goes without saying, the soundtrack is a masterpiece, and I think I know why it hits me on an emotional level, as well as a theatrical one. Growing up, I was a big Batman fan. Not because of the films, or the comics, or even the TV show. It was mainly because of the Traveller's Tales Lego games. Yeah, I know, fake fan. But the way TT Games depicted the world of Gotham is not only funny, but moody too. It takes some of the campy sensibilities from the 1960s show, and combines it with the dark, rainy and noir aesthetics from the Tim Burton movies. And throughout the entire game, they use Danny Elfman's score. I only saw these movies for the first time recently, so I was already intimately familiar with the music. And when I finally got to hear how it complemented the original films, it brought out some real emotion from me I wasn't expecting to feel. I know most people won't have the same experience as I did, but that's kind of the whole point of why I love talking about art. Everyone experiences it differently, so take everything I say with like 4 or 5 asterisks and a large boulder of salt. All you need to do is play the first 1 second of the music and I'm like, yeah, obviously I can't play the whole thing because I'll just get this video claimed. So if any of you Warner Brothers copyright ninjas are watching, I'm exclusively using music from the 1986 ZX Spectrum game in this video. Danny Elfman uses the piano like a magician, employing the lowest of the low notes to create these deep, heavy rhythms that harken back to the dusty, improvised jazz bars of New York. I mean, Gotham. The rest of the ensemble helped to create this powerful and titanic, larger-than-life feeling to even the most mundane of moments. The world of Gotham is oozing in so much oppressive, smoke-filled noir atmosphere. Maybe New York really did just have active gazers bellowing beneath every manhole cover in the 80s, because it looks almost identical in the Ninja Turtles movies for some reason. The bleak and anxious period of time during the 40s was also a huge influence in the comics. Production designer Anton Furst took inspiration from early industrialization, as well as some contemporary architects like Shin Takamatsu, to make it feel like a unique universe that isn't tied down to any one time period. With all the mysterious organized crimes and shadowy, faceless men in suits lurking around every corner. Look, I love this film, it's dark, it's atmospheric, and the production design is insane. But oh my god, is it really funny sometimes. The fact it takes itself so seriously is just the cherry on top of this mixed emotion milkshake. Michael Keaton, who had previously worked with Tim Burton on Beetlejuice, is a great Batman, but a bad Bruce Wayne. I'm all open for new interpretations if they're done well though. I think Bruce Wayne was supposed to have this endearing quality to him, but to me he just kind of sounds like an awkward teenager, which is kind of weird. His romance with Vicky Vale, played by Kim Basinger, is charming at times, but mostly comes off as stilted and unearned. The movie tries to play this off using his trauma and reclusiveness hindering all of his social skills, but I really don't buy this. It feels like this is the first time he's met a woman in his life. Even so, my biggest critique of the movie lies in, well, the normie moments. Old white dudes in suits sat in an office spouting shallow dialogue to each other, or straight people kissing with gross overly compressed kiss noises. Stop. And my god, the romance in this movie is just a nothing burger. I don't know why, but none of these characters work well for me at all, and their chemistry is just abysmal.
I'm Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale, yeah, photographer, Vogue, Cosmo, yeah, listen, if you want me to pose nude, you're gonna need a long lens.
Bruh! It's always such a relief when some crazy clown shit starts happening just to break up the formality of these scenes. Shot, reverse shot, reverse shot. What's a wide angle?
These scenes lack riz!
On the other hand, one of the great and somewhat hilarious moments is when the Joker Nicholson is getting his face transfigured by this fucking crazy scientist Frankenstein-ass German dude. The body language and lighting is masterful. Every frame looks straight out of a comic book, and as you watch the scene, you can imagine each of the panels drawn out in your head.
You see what I have to work with here.
Jack Nicholson may seem like the perfect choice for the Joker on paper, but for me he just doesn't do it, and comes off feeling a bit reserved, which is surely what you'd want to avoid when portraying such an eccentric and theatrical role. I do love the makeup and costume they did for him, he just wasn't funny enough. Ironically, Jack Nicholson's Joker feels too serious. They should have given him more laughing gas before filming. And when he is trying to be, whoa, crazy, I'm so crazy, it just feels like you're watching someone trying to plead insanity in a courtroom. It comes off as forced and unnatural. Yes, there is such thing as natural craziness. Watch 12 Monkeys. So Jack goes crazy and becomes the Joker. And now Batman needs to stop him from carrying out his most evil master plan yet. Blackface.
I'm gonna say the N-word.
Luckily for him, Batman is too distracted by spineless blonde women to stop the Joker, and he lets Gotham fall into the hands of his endless army of goons. Another favourite scene of mine is when Joker hijacks the TV, broadcasting his poisonous new Joker perfume. Jack Nicholson actually does a really good job here. His inflections perfectly complement this satirical take on shitty beauty adverts.
Oh good, I'm glad the Bat Telephone made its appearance here. It's gotta be in my top 10 Batman gadgets of all time. Ahoy?
It is I, your old nemesis, the hoaxer! You are trapped within your own mind! Everything you've ever known is all in your head! It's too late. We have your friends and family locked away, deep underground. What will you do? What will you do?
Sorry, I think you've got the wrong number. Anyway, did I mention the music yet?
The scene where Batman's driving Vicky Vale back to Wayne Manor is pure magic. As the headlamps beam through the narrow forest and the wheels blow leaves into the camera like a flock of bats, we're accompanied by a haunting choir and brass section with a pulsing and intense sound. The score swells into the main theme from the beginning in a perfect moment of introspection, as the Batcave is revealed amidst an electrical mix of fear and excitement. I love all of the analog tech here too. It makes the world feel a lot more grounded even if it's still fantasy. The Batwing and Batmobile are the definitions of the rule of cool. They incorporate these shuttle-like interiors with the familiar matte black the Bat is known for. The superbly smooth shapes and sharp points create silhouettes of a draconic nature. There's a mythical quality to these machines that can't even be put into words. During the final build-up of the movie, the Joker showers the city with money to lead all the greedy Americans into his deadly neurotoxin trap. So, did everyone just forget about the Joker poisoning all their makeup 5 seconds ago? Why are they all blindly worshipping him now? This is the best shot in the movie though, when Joker pulls out his ludicrously long revolver to snipe batters. Kaboom!
The ending of the film is brilliant. So much of Tim Burton's classical Gothic influence is brought into the spotlight for the final rooftop showdown.
None of that shit matters though, because Danny Elfman just comes in once again and scores this scene like it's the most important moment in all of human history. The composition synchronizes so perfectly with the visuals that I couldn't tell if the scene was shot to the music or if the score was composed to the visuals. It's as if the camera operators and the orchestra were telepathically connected in a stunning showcase of dynamism. I love how the score transitions into this Dracula-inspired sound as Batman ascends the cathedral's bell tower. Here we find Jonquilla and Vicky Vale dancing atop the church as Waltz to the Death plays. This song is eternally stuck in my head thanks to how much it plays in the Lego game. And now hearing how it was meant to be played in the film, it creates a perfectly horrifying juxtaposition with the stressfulness of the scene. Well, he's fucking dead now. Also, this one-liner from Batman before he punches just sucks. He sounds like me fighting through my asthmatic lungs to read my own awful script.
Excuse me. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Huh? Honestly, most of the dialogue throughout the film is unremarkable. Besides some of the memorable quotes like,
"Never rub another man's rhubarb,"
and
wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you?
The script just doesn't really do it for me. There's just nothing special going on beneath the surface.
Luckily for the sequel, Tim Burton was given permission by the producers to have his own take on one of DC's most iconic villains. So join me next time when we talk about Batman Returns. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one.
That's it?
No, there's more. Meanwhile, in the hoaxer's lair.
God damn it! Looks like I gotta take the direct approach, as usual. Goon! Release the bats!
Could this be the end for Manic Bestia? Come back next time to find out.